Hello and welcome to yet another cast. Today for you I have a 3v3 matchmaker at somewhat medium ratings, 12 or 1100 to 1500. So yeah, basically pretty average ratings. So let's get into this. Since it's 3v3 matchmaker, it's of course played on the Mapgen. And let's get into player introductions. We have Team 2 down here in the south, Team 1 up here on the top. And let's start with the sphere position of Team 1. Going for UEF, opening first land in blue, we have Jackhammer 2K. Jackhammer 2K. Sorry about that. Right. South of that, in purple, we have also going UEF, Leader, opening first land. And to the west of that we have, in dark blue, going Cypern, also opening first land, Alexander Berlin. I believe they were featured in the... it should be the Wednesday cast, yes. If I actually get my scheduling correct and manage to get it up by Wednesday, it's on the Wednesday cast, where they were already featured. Funny enough, I actually recorded this cast earlier today on the same stream. These are streamed live. I'm gonna get into that later. Anyway, let's continue the deductions. We have in the rearback air position going red, opening in red, going UEF, opening first land. Quiet Storm, who was in the last cast. And to the north of that we have in orange, in 32 Chico 23. Going Cypern, opening first land. And to the west of that we have Max Knechter, I think. Yeah. In the burgundy red, opening first land, going Seraphim. So yeah, as per usual, these games are streamed live. If YouTube actually allows me to verify my stuff, I may be able to add links now under the description. Can't tell for sure now, I hope at least. But can't promise anything. If Google decides that no, I'm not fine, then, well, it's not fine, then that will have to wait another month. Which means that instead of having to retroactively add those links for 12 casts, I will have to do that for 24 if I manage to get casts to keep up my current rate of casting. But yeah. Now let's take a look at the map. I actually think this is a very interesting map design. You have this basically lower area right here in the back for the air players, sloped upwards to this one expansion position that's reachable by both spawn and team players. Then there is just this other corner right here, which would technically be now spawn, I guess. Potentially for a secondary air player. This massive mountain area. Just a plateau right here in the middle, which is only accessible via drops actually, I think. Or edge building. And the small area down here in the bottom that can be pathed from the back of the bases. Right, and also this area, which is definitely only reachable by drop, providing 2 maxes. And just a long land connection right down here on the southwestern edge of the map, allowing the players to still have some normal engagements without being forced to go into air. And here we currently see Max Knechter. I'm gonna pronounce that German because the name Knechter seems very German to me. As a native speaker, I think I can judge that quite well. If I'm wrong with that, please inform me about it. If you know something about that, but I assume that's just how you pronounce their name. Also, I think I'm just gonna call Orange as in 32. Not 32, 23. God, numbers are hard. I hope you excuse me being unable to speak for the previous few streams. Oh, not streams, casts. Yeah, I'm getting a bit confused right now. Some T1 bombers harassing the stuff that has been put up here. Not doing much damage, but a little bit. Factory is also being thrown up by Storm and Max Knechter. But there's already a much greater amount of Mech Marines, and I also think factories, well, 3 factories against, yeah, currently, never mind, the factory amounts are actually pretty even. So, the Southern team actually does have more factories, but less spam, I believe. Straight now? Well, not really, no. So there isn't currently a threat for the Southern team to be kicked off this plateau. They are down a bit on map control, but that's not too bad. However, they did not grab this, get down here to grab this max. Very questionable move. And I hear some stuff fighting. Oh, not that. Sounds like T1PD on Ishimba. Where's that? No, those sound different. And the fire rate is wrong. I'm confused what I'm hearing. Huh. Anyways, these farms are slowly moving up. We are let's take a look if there's any T2 now coming out. There is T2 already queued up for Storm, as well as for Max Knechter. T2 currently on air. That would put for the Southern team 2 players, never mind, 3 players at T2 air, since Inf 23 also already achieved T2 air. So all players on the Southern team going for T2. Alexander Berlin now also going for a gun upgrade right here in the middle, but being forced back by 2 ACUs, contesting that. Let's see, is there any T2 air going out for them? No, not for Alexander Berlin. It is currently going up for Jackhammer, and it's not going up for Leader. Sorry about that. I have a bit of a sore throat right now, so I will be coughing occasionally, as you're probably used to from previous streams. Not streams, casts. And yeah, T2 air has been achieved by Max Knechter, T2 Pigeon already going up. T2 air now at 70% for Storm, and thus actually ahead of Jackhammer, who is throwing up just a whole bunch of T1 air factories next to each other. And the Southern team managed to take a lot more control of the plateau in the middle. Honestly, I think a flooded version of this map where these lower areas are actually for Navy would also be quite interesting. I definitely like this map design. Don't know what it is about it, but it just seems very interesting. And definitely very unusual. But anyway, Alexander Berlin going for gun again. This time a bit further back and thus a bit safer. Don't think there are currently gun upgrades. No, there are currently no gun upgrades going on for the Southern team. As I say that, the Max Knechter queues up a gun upgrade. Inf 23 queued up T2 for a moment, but decided to instead assist the gun upgrade. And now Queer Storm also moved up to the front, so we have a 3v2 situation ACU-wise right now in the middle. Well, not really the middle, but in this middle land connection. Though saying that, Jackhammer is upgrading gun, so I suspect that they may be... Yeah, I think that's a T2 transport. Yes, it is. So they intend to airlift that ACU over there. And apparently, Leader managed to drop a single engineer up here and was trying to get a bit of shenanigans with a land factory. Very sneaky. If that would have succeeded, that could have caused a bunch of issues, but it didn't. Luckily for the southern team. And now Queerstorm and Maxknechter using their presence on the middle to just push the northern team, primarily Alexander Berlin, out of this and taking over the entire middle plateau. Look into the middle, Maxknechter is now going for Regen Aura. Definitely increasing that HP pool for those surrounding units. Very nice to see. Of those units will now regenerate quite fast, since Regen Aura is quite powerful. Right, Thams usually don't get regen, so the regen I can actually that is visible when hovering over it is actually the one from the aura. 5 regen on those Thams. That is pretty amazing. And also some regen on those Intis. Wasn't actually aware that the regen aura also affects team units. But I guess it does make sense. But the increased regen, of course, also increasing survivability of all the spam units, since they will regenerate quite a bit now between the damaging hits. And with this one gun upgrade, they are able to push this stuff back a bit, take out some stuff, and also somewhat threaten Jackhammer, who now moved up the ACU with the transport. In the meantime, we have Nano going up for Alexander Berlin. Fair enough. I really like the Cyber Nano, to be honest. It's very powerful, and I also like the fact that it promotes very aggressive commander play. Funny enough, a very good way to get featured on the channel. If you send in I see a replay with very aggressive commander play, I will be I will probably like that very much, because I'm just a sucker for very dangerous and risky plays. I think it makes it more interesting, and using the commander very aggressively is just... I don't know, I just like to see it. But now we have a situation right here in the middle where there are 2 gun comms against only 1. Yes. Never mind, N23 also got a gun upgrade. So we have 2 gun comms against 2 gun comms. Sorry about that. However, both of them are getting will have Nano very soon. Jackhammer currently still upgrading Nano, and Alexander Berlin already has Nano finished. Again, Cyber Nano being very powerful with that 78 regen. And also, wait, I thought that was more HP than just 13,000. Right, but that's without any level of veterancy, so that is actually pretty decent. For no veterancy at all. Right, but Nano is about to finish for Jackhammer. And yeah, that actually provides less additional HP than the Cypern upgrade, and also less regen, putting both ACUs at the same HP pool. So fair enough, the Cypern Nano is actually pretty decent, especially considering the fact that the Cypern ACU already gets less HP from the get-go and having the same HP pool as the UEF Nano after with both having Nano is pretty decent. Net of the intis for Inf 23 currently just out of fuel. It would be great to see some air staging or stuff like that, but I understand why there isn't any air staging right here, though those intis are very ineffective due to being completely out of fuel, being a lot slower than usual and thus limiting their ability to do stuff. They can't really keep up with things. Okay, Queenstorm after finishing T2 now going for gun as well. So we will be seeing 3 gun ACUs facing off against each other now. Or 3 against 2 gun ACUs. Leader rather staying in their base to defend. Or not to defend, but to just use the ACU for build power. And we now have a few Stinger gunships out from Leader trying to harass the middle position. But I just realized there is already T3R out for Queenstorm. Fair enough, it is 15 minutes into the game. There is, however, no T3 out for Jackhammer. And no signs of T3R from any other player right now for the Northern team. In the meantime, no T3R out for Max Knechter, fair enough, they already went T2 quite early, and there is actually T3R out for Inf 23, who is getting 2 Strat Bombers. Very, very sneaky plays. Let's take a look at mass incomes. Mass incomes are looking pretty even, with Team 1 currently at 283, which is fluctuating a bit, I would say roughly 290 right now. And 291 also going up slightly for the Southern team, so Southern team is slightly ahead, but mass is mostly even, so not too bad. Never mind, that has jumped up to 315, which is a bit of a bigger advantage, and also total mass produced there is a bit more than something like 13k more mass produced for the Southern team right now, so they are currently at a major economic advantage. Advanced Nano just went up for Max Knechter as well as Nano. That ACU now a force to be reckoned with at 18,000 HPO and 102 regen, as well as the regen, as well as the advanced regen field, which has an insane effect on the surrounding units now. At 15 regen, which is massive for just basic units. Currently no further upgrades out for Inf 23 or Queenstorm, who is getting up some shields. There is also now Gunfire out for Inf 23, so just some harassment going on for the space. And with that RT making it a lot more difficult for Alexander, Berlin and Jackhammer to build up their firebase up here. Now I would prefer to see MMLs, since those are a lot cheaper and mobile, and I think also just due to that more effective than Gunfires, even though they can be shot down by Buskills or TMD. But saying that, I don't believe there's any T2 land out yet for the Southern team, and there are MMLs out for the Northern team. Yeah, I think those are all at only T1. I mind there is a T2 factory up here, and there must be T2 Cyclone somewhere, because there's RT. Right, I believe there may have been just some T2 engineers airdropped from that main base. But yeah, there are quite a few wipers now coming out for Alexander Berlin, who must have achieved T2 land, yes. Quite a bit of T2 land production actually. And that could be quite effective. They're also, very important to point out, Titans out for Leader. Titans being a very, very powerful unit. And okay, there is a T2 HQ out somewhere for Max Knechter. Probably somewhere in here, yes. There's also T2 production for that, and Mace just went down. That was Queerstorm. Directly followed up by, completely missed it, color was hard to judge, it was Jackhammer. So both air players just went down due to mid-combat. Due to being careless with the ACUs right in the middle. But there are now a lot of MLs right here. Enough to overwhelm any amounts of TMD. The fact that those are Cyber MLs doesn't make it any better because, well, Cyber MLs are quite powerful. Right, actually 50 regen on these Ilshavas due to that regen aura. Right, I think higher tier units get additional regen, and MLs now also taking out Inf 23, turning this to a 1v1 between Max Knechter and Leader. Max Knechter, of course, being higher rated, has a slight advantage there, I guess, just from basic skill, at least if you go by the numbers. However, this massive amount of Vipers is basically can only be countered by pushing that, since you really can't do much against that otherwise. Queerstorm suggesting to go nuke, and the nuke has been queued up by Max Knechter already, after additional T3 regen. Right, total mass wise, we are now looking at 355 for the northern team with Leader, and 459 for the southern team with Max Knechter. So is there any similar play to the nuke going on right here? Yes. There is also a Stone Age already under construction for Leader. Are they aware of each other's nukes? No. Not a lot of scouting going on, I believe. Yeah, northern team did not scout at all, and is apparently, Leader is currently also apparently power slowing quite heavily. And not even spending their mass by doing so. Same time, Max Knechter is currently also incapable of spending their mass, however, they and that actually pretty badly with over 100 mass floated. There is quite a bit of idle build power, so it would be great to see that start producing. But yeah, Leader is probably power locked right now, putting that eco quite a bit lower than it actually is. Though with that T3 regen going up as quickly as it is, I'm not surprised. And yeah, the eco just jumped up back, so now at over 300. Still over 100 mass behind on income, but no longer too much. Mass and storage now. I think Max Knechter is now not quite maxed out. They will max out at 53,000. Would be great to see them actually able to spend all their mass, since, you know, if you have mass, you're best off actually using that. Since all that mass could be used to basically win the game. And if you not use it, it's just not going anywhere. Well, yes, it's just vanishing, so it's completely wasted then. All these MLs just taking out the entire position right now, as you do with large amounts of MLs. Also something very lovely to see, just mass MLs. Of course not very effective in one-to-one combat, but if you got like 10 MLs, you can basically break any kind of firebase. At some point you just reach a critical mass that can no longer be countered. Similar with cruisers. And Queerstorm pointing out that there is an extra that there is something under construction, potentially a monkey, and yes, they are completely correct with that. There is a monkey under construction currently for leader. Right here, and it is quite far along. Okay, the nuke out for Max Nechter has finished. Second one already queued up and under construction. Is there any counter experimenter currently being built? No. Well, there also doesn't appear to be anything to really counter that monkey right now. Something you also don't want to see. I mean, there's technically just the option of dropping the ACU in an area that is not reachable by the monkey. Like down here or up there. And you get some defenses for that up there. If should go down very bad, that would, sorry about hitting my mic right there, very sorry. But that would cause, but that would still lead to the loss of the base. Probably not gonna cut out me hitting the mic there because I'm very bad at editing right now. If I find the spot, I may be able to cut out my mic audio for that moment. But now that I'm talking about it, it's becoming a bit pointless. I'll have to decide that when I'm editing this. Can't really tell for now. And Creatstorm pointing out that Max Knechter is currently very vulnerable to an air snipe. I definitely have to agree to that. While the 21,000 HP and the 114 regen are quite a bit, and make this ACU very, very hard to kill, it is still not too hard to kill to be sniped. I mean, you can even snipe a advanced nano comm, so which is basically just double that. Saying that, but now I should point out the nuke 4 leader has finished, and the Novax has been queued up. In the meantime, the second nuke for Max Nechter has also finished. The first one is already halfway loaded. So that will be... I think that will be loaded before this one. Yes, I think so. This one's also going up quite quickly, but currently not assisted. Are they now able to spend their mass? No, still not. You hate to see it. Well, the overflow is at least no longer quite as bad, but still could be better. Right, there is now however T3 land out for the undeciphered base. So that's nice. And the monkey continues pushing in. Counter monkey has been started, however I'm not sure if that will actually finish in time. It isn't going up that quickly right now. First nuke is about to load. Is it pre-targeted? No, there is currently no order for it. No of these order beams going out from that. Not sure how to call these lines that the game uses to point out the order in which stuff has been queued up in. Monkey is starting to hit this position with its long-range arty. Or, well, not really arty, but its long-range cannons. And has now gotten in range to kill off Maxes with the laser. Taking out engineers, build power, defenses, Maxes, stuff like that. Stuff you really don't want to lose. A T3 Air HQ is halfway done, though I don't believe that that will finish with that monkey lord currently threatening the space. The monkey owl for Max Knechter is currently still going up very slowly. And also no bricks or stuff like that being built, so it will be very hard to actually properly defend against that. First nuke has been loaded, second one is already very close to loading. Not quite as close as the one for leader, I think. And it's around 3/4. Well, both are around 3/4, so never mind. But that's still going on very quickly right now, with all of those cannons supporting that. And there's no radar for Max Knechter. Well, okay, there's an Omni in the middle, I think. I see the stock red circle barely, but I still see it. Yes, there's Omni right here in the middle, which does cover the entire map since it's a downsized 20k map. So I think this is 15k. But they are about to power stall, possibly due to that nuke. Or just not being able to spend all that mass. Also one of the leading factors in power stalling. Currently no air snipe being attempted by leader. Which is surprising since they do have basically complete air control. And Max Knechter now just throwing up a whole bunch of Ravagers in a attempt to defend. The second nuke is about to load. And I think it has loaded. Funnily enough, no SMD out for either player. There was no scouting, I believe, for the ES nukes, no. So both players not aware about the fact that the other player has a nuke. A very unfortunate event. Right, first nuke seems to be going for this base, for what was once the airbase of Jackhammer. The second one, I believe, might be going for the main base of Leader. While this nuke went down right into the base, into this base that formerly belonged to Beatstorm. Also preventing the Monkey Lord from actually killing anything there. That note, the Monkey Lord still killed 202 units and 62,000 mass, putting it at 5 ranks of veterancy and the same HP pool as a chicken. While this monkey up here currently has not killed anything yet. Well, correction, it has killed 1 unit. And around 1k mass. So it's slowly getting there. Sorry about that. But that monkey will, if it should go into 1v1 with the monkey out from leader, wouldn't be doing too much since, or would probably lose due to the significantly lower HP pool. Though I'm not sure if that would actually be a thing that could happen considering the massive bank of Ravagers that has been thrown up here now. Maybe an Omni would be a good idea to keep the monkey spotted. See when it comes in. Thank you for the follow, Cheeseberries. I'm not sure if that picked up on streams. I had some issues with alerts not picking up on stream audio-wise last time someone followed. But yeah, still thanks for the follow. I wanted to point out that this monkey from Max Knechter is now still moving up in here towards this position. That might actually work out since the monkey is now being attacked by the Rangers as well, but Max Knechter actually moving way too close to the monkey and going down to the laser due to being way too aggressive. I think that could have been avoidable, but looking at the way map control has been going, I think this would have still ended this way at some stage anyways. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this cast. This was streamed live. I think I already pointed that out this cast. But yeah, if Google actually this time recognizes my ID as a valid document, I may actually be able to add links to my Twitch in the description. If not, then well, this will have to wait another month. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you again on the stream or a cast. I at least have my Twitch linked on the channel page if you want to check it out. And yeah, till then, hope you enjoyed. Bye!